Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Sal Mahajan, and in today's video, we will be taking a look into cloud types and cloud service models. So in the previous video, we did take a quick look over the benefits of cloud computing. If you guys didn't get a chance to take a look at that, please do take a look at that before diving into this video. So now let's dive right into the types of cloud that we have. So as you guys can see on screen, we have three types of clouds. First being public cloud, where we are delivering shared compute resources over the internet to the public. Again, pretty simple examples are AWS, Azure, and GCP. So public cloud is basically wherein you have compute resources that are being shared across multiple different users. Again, a very simple example would be as like AWS, or you can be Azure or GCP. Let's stick with our example of Google Drive. Now, where you are uploading your photos or your files to Google Drive, the underlying compute or the underlying resources that are being used to store your files is being shared across multiple different customers. It's not just dedicated to you, it's dedicated across multiple different customers. So that's what public cloud is, wherein you are delivering shared compute resources over the internet to the public. And the straight examples are AWS, Azure, and GCP. The second type of cloud is called private cloud, wherein your infrastructure is actually dedicated for one organization. Example are on-prem data centers, and they give you an even simpler example is your personal laptop or your personal desktop, or even as a matter of fact your personal smartphone. That physical device is dedicated just for your personal use. It is not shared across anyone else. It's just for you. Just like that, organizations manage their own data centers wherein they purchase their own dedicated hardware, they have their own dedicated networking, infrastructure, and everything that is dedicated to just one organization. And finally, we have the third type, which is hybrid cloud. This is basically a mix of public and private cloud, wherein an organization basically uses some public cloud functionalities and also uses some private cloud functionalities. Most of the organizations out there normally stick with the hybrid cloud, wherein they have a mix of both public and private. Moving on, let's take a quick look into the cloud service models. There are three cloud service models that we will be taking a look into. The first being infrastructure as a service. It is also called as IaaS. It provides you with virtualized resources over the internet. Now, a very bare bones simple example is a virtual machine. Let's take that. If you are someone who works in IT or has some basic IT knowledge and knows about virtual machines, you basically download softwares like VirtualBox or VMware to create a virtualized environment or a virtualized system within your laptop. The same thing, you can go to AWS and be like, hey AWS, I need a virtual machine, I need a virtual laptop or virtual desktop, and they're providing you a virtualized resource over the internet. Now, when it comes to infrastructure as a service, you are basically responsible for all the updates and security patching related to that resource that is provided. Again, sticking on to our example of virtual machines. Now let's take, you go to AWS, you say, hey AWS, I would like a Windows virtual machine. Okay, AWS is like, okay, cool, here you go, here you go, this is your Windows virtual machine. Now, if there are any Windows updates that takes place, you are responsible for it. If there's any security patching for any application that you installed onto it, you are responsible for it. It's just the same as your local laptop. Now, you have the laptop, right? In your laptop, you download an operating system that is maybe, Windows, or it could be Linux or Mac OS. You are personally responsible to make sure that you keep updating your operating system from time to time. You are responsible for all of the applications that are installed on your device, making sure that they are updated from time to time. So it's pretty much the same thing, just that the hardware, wherein if it's your personal laptop, you are also responsible for the hardware. But when you are taking an infrastructure as a service, this model from the cloud, AWS is responsible for the hardware and for the hypervisor. Again, IaaS is the most customizable. You can choose how much ever memory you need for your virtual machine, how much ever CPU, compute power, hard drives, and so much more. Again, a simple example is virtual machines. We have been talking about this since quite a long time, and in the AWS world it is called EC2. So any virtual machine in the cloud or in the AWS world is called EC2. We will of course dive more in depth related to what is EC2. Our second type of cloud service model is called platform as a service. This is basically wherein the cloud provider is providing you a platform which is ready to use for development. So like in infrastructure as a service, it is providing you readily available infrastructure, but the platform as a service, or also called as PaaS, is basically providing you a platform that is ready to use for development. Now, a very simple example would be is you want to deploy a website, right? You want to deploy a website. Now, you really don't care about the hardware costs, this, that, blah, blah, blah. You just want a service wherein you can provide your website details and the website is deployed to you. Like you want a WordPress website, you want a barebone HTML website, you want to have some JavaScript, React, or whatsoever. You really only care about your website, the way it looks, the way it performs. That's where platform as a service comes into place, wherein AWS basically manages all of the infrastructure and all of the development tools with the platform, and you just need to go and say that, hey, I want a WordPress website. AWS will handle it. Now, everything inside of the WordPress website, how you set up, that's all up to you, but it's providing you a ready to go platform that you can use. Again, an example from the AWS world is called AWS Elastic Beanstalk. This is basically a service wherein you can create readily available websites and web servers. Moving on to our final cloud service model, which is called software as a service. This is a service that each one of us interact with on a daily basis. It basically provides you access to a software. It is less customizations are available. And again, the straightforward examples are Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and any software. As a matter of fact, you really don't care what the software does behind the scene. You only care about an Excel or a PowerPoint. You want to create a PowerPoint, you want to create an Excel. So software as a service, also called as SaaS, is basically where you are been given everything readily available, ready to use, and you just go and use it for that specified use case. So for example, Microsoft Word for creating documents, or projects or write-ups or stuff like that, Excel sheet to maintain your budgets or any calculations, whatever sorts you want to do. So these were basically the three different type of cloud service models we have. First being infrastructure as a service, called as IaaS. Then you have platform as a service, which is called PaaS or PaaS. And then you have software as a service, which is also called SaaS or SaaS. It is really important to understand these three cloud service models, because at given points in time, maybe in the certification, 1 or 2 questions can pop up related to, is this specified, which is this service related to which cloud service model? Is it PaaS, SaaS, or IaaS, or it could be the vice versa. So it is really important to understand this. Of course, when we do dive into deeper concepts related to each of the AWS service, we will also go through whether which category or which service model it does fall into. So I hope you guys did like this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. Do subscribe and do comment if there are any other topics out there that you guys would like me to cover. I hope you guys have a great day ahead. See ya. Take care. Bye-bye.